the gates beside thee. Great, great and mighty the walls around thee. Great, great and mighty the gates beside thee.
Kindly take your seats. Yes, as per our program, we have a very brief opening prayer, and it is just in order that one of us, who is the graduate, I'm requesting the graduate to come over and lead us in a very brief prayer on behalf of all the other graduates who are It's now my honor to invite the Chancellor to constitute the Assembly into a congregation of Makerere University. Mr. Chancellor, sir. Thank you very much. The Chancellor has officially constituted this congregation, this assembly, into a congregation of Makerere University. I'm requesting everyone here, this is a very special moment to clap for the Chancellor for having constituted us into a congregation of Makerere University.
Thanks so much, MC. Though I'm not a graduate, but since I represent all the graduates, I am honored to lead us this in prayer. Let's pray. Father, Lord, we want to bless you for this day, for your hands has led us this far. Thank you for Makerere University. Thank you for the lives of the men and women in the communities who are following this graduation and the celebration online. It's our prayer that you bless them and bless our leadership with abundance of life and wisdom, and we dedicate the entire activity into your hand. By the grace of the Lord, we believe everything is as you have planned. In Jesus' name we pray.
Thank you very much, our representative. Yes, allow me to use this moment to once again say the following statements. This is a very special day for us at Makerere University, College of Veterinary Medicine and More Resources and Biosecurity. This occasion is being held with strict adherence to the presidential directive to fight against the spread of COVID-19. So most of our participants, stakeholders, are following us virtually. We are here for the COVAB Golden Jubilee celebrations, commissioning the College of Golden Jubilee celebrations, college innovations, and passing out awardees of diplomas and certificates trained and nurtured through the alternative mode of community skilling, enterprise development, household transformation, and employment creation. To all our stakeholders, graduates, alumni, staff from the College of Veterinary Medicine and more resources, physically present. We welcome in a very special way our Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, but also one who is our very own at Makerere University, that is Dr. Monica Musenero. I've used the word our very own. I know she really has served Makerere University diligently, and she's also one of our key stakeholders who will always support us as Makerere University. And in a very special way, congratulations. We have the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic Affairs, Makerere University, Professor Umal Kakumba, present. You're welcome. We have the Deputy Principal for the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity. You're welcome. The deans of the respective schools under the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity. I was reliably informed they are following us virtually. In the other very special tent with those colors that you see, colors of the Uganda flag, we have the principal for the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity, Professor John David Kabasa. We have the academic registrar of Makerere University, Mr. Alfred Masiche Namoa. We have, that is our guest of honor, that is our chancellor, and that is our vice chancellor. So the hand clap will be louder, befitting all those titles. That is Professor Barnabas Nawangwe. In a very special way, would like to say this function is live on UBC, and we are also on Zoom, and the hashtag has been shared via to all the people on Zoom. So we would like you to tweet and ensure that this event is visible on the social media pages. To all the staff from the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity, in that other tent, just kindly stand up. The staff in that tent from the College of Veterinary Medicine I would like now to this is a very special day for the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity. We also welcome in a very special way our partners from the Ministry of Education and Sports. And when Professor David Kabasa will be making his remarks, he will ably introduce them and also explain to us this strategic partnership, because the Ministry of Education and Sports is at the center of this partnership, and that is why we are reaping all these very good fruits. Professor Samuel Majalicha, you're most welcome. That is the Deputy Principal for the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity.
The Minister for Science and Technology, Chancellor Makerere University, Vice Chancellor, DVC, Academic Affairs, Academic Registrar, the Principal of the College, partners from the Ministry of Education, all members present, both physically and online. We are very honored as a college that we are celebrating 50 years. And with it, there is evidence that the college has grown. We want to welcome you to these celebrations and particularly the innovations that have come with it. As a college, we are giving birth to skilled Ugandans. We've taken a tangent to ensure that nobody lacks skill, especially using the animal value chain. And today is evidence that anybody can be skilled and become relevant and contribute to personal and national development. So we are very excited that across the country, the young men and women who have been transformed into a useful people to build a nation. We want to wish you a very good celebration of 50 years, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Deputy Principal, Professor Samuel Majalija. Allow me now to invite the Principal, Professor John David Kabasa, to make his remarks. Professor John David Kabasa, you're welcome.
The guest of honor, representing the Honorable Minister, the Chancellor, and the Vice Chancellor, Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, the Head of Delegation and the delegation from the Ministry of Education, that is here, our lead partner in the initiatives that we do, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, all protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me take this opportunity to appreciate God for the gift of life that we all have, and to appreciate the leadership of the nation and the leadership of the university for making it possible for us to be here today. We are so grateful that this day has come. It is coming at a time of an era of pestilence where everything is following completely different pathways. But we are extremely grateful that this day has come, the day when we are being commissioned to start celebrating. We shall be celebrating for nearly 1 year and a half, starting this July, continuing through into the coming year, when the centenary celebrations of Makerere University will be conducted and concluded. The College of Veterinary Medicine has a very unique opportunity in this particular time. We are 50 years of higher education, science, technology, and innovation. It's very unique to us. In 1971, the government of Uganda established the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine. This is when higher education started here. And we have been walking that journey from a faculty to a college, which was endorsed and accredited by the National Council for Higher Education. Before 1971, it was mid-career education in certificates and diplomas carried out by the school at that time. So this is very unique and special for us. During this time, many changes and transformations have taken place, and this is the reason we are being commissioned today to celebrate these contributions made by many men and women, some of them living, others not living. For example, the first dean of the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, Professor Dunlop, passed on in 2014. He was an American from Oregon. And there are many others. So we are very grateful for the sacrifices and contributions made by these people. Our challenge now is to add on what they have done, and as our motto says, we build for the future. They laid the foundation of a faculty. We are now at a level, and Mr. Guest of Honor, you have just commissioned this center. It is one of those we have added into the pool of institutions of the college and of the university. The awardees of certificates and diplomas that are being passed out today are part of the effort of the university's knowledge and technology transfer mechanism. The university guided the academia and said the university has repositioned to meet emerging development challenges. Poverty, ignorance, disease, and peasantry are one of the most pressing problems of this country and Africa. So in 2007, we presented an idea to the university and to government that we can go to the community using a simple approach. And that simple approach is we can take a curriculum. In that curriculum, the curriculum is very specific, that I want to be very competent in certain skills. I want to be very competent in production. I want to be very competent in business and making wealth. But I also want to be recognized and given credit. Over the last 10 years, Mr. Guest of Honor, we have worked through the structures of the university and through the structures of the Ministry of Education and other structures to have to mold this approach, which we call the university in the community. And through this, men and women, farmers, youths have been molded into skilled human capital with enterprises. According to the report of the Ministry of Education, assessment of this effort, for every one person that this innovation of the university and the community has molded, 4 others have been created. We are very grateful to the leadership of the university and to government for supporting this effort and giving us the infrastructure and facilities up to this day. So the graduates, the awardees that are passing out today, nearly 2,000, are part of that contribution that the university is making. We no longer pass out people who are looking for jobs, but we are passing out people with employable skill and people with enterprises. Micro as they are, people are earning income and able to earn a living. I would like Mr. Guest of Honor to appreciate in a special way the Directorate of Industrial Training and the BITVET Department of Education. They are represented here by the Director of Industrial Training that I should introduce in a special way here, Mr. Biakatonda Patrick, and the Deputy Commissioner, Social Services Development, Madam Elizabeth Bateme. They have worked through this model, what we call working through academic, community, public, private partnership. The community has its part, the Ministry of Education has its part, the university is having its overall leadership and contribution, and together with the private sector and the local government, the universities in the community passing them out. I want to appreciate them so much. I want to appreciate the local governments in the districts of Butareja, Atiak, in Mubende, Wakiso, in Shema, Fort Portal. So all those who are passing out now are skilling hubs where we have been working out at the university. I would like to add, Mr. Guest of Honor, that this particular approach is not simply a vocational skilling. It is a mold using a curriculum, and the scientists are in the community doing action research, filtering knowledge, and plowing it back into the process. A combination of action research with knowledge transfer, and then skilling, plus assessment and accreditation processes done by different organs like the DIT, has given us this result for the university now to provide a true leadership and transformation of the community. These are my remarks today to clarify on this unique thing that has been happening and which is the reason this whole facility has been given to us. The mobile training unit right up there with machinery and equipment, the innovation labs which to get us to the community and be part of the solution. I thank you so much for that opportunity and for this special day that all of us have assembled to celebrate this achievement. Thank you so much for God and my country.
Thank you very much, Professor John David Kabasa. That is the Principal, College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity. We now fully understand, both of us physically present and those following virtually, the community transformation model. Now, we have on our program presentation of awardees of diplomas and certificates, and allow me to humbly invite the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic Affairs, Professor Umaru Kakumba, to perform a very special task in line with this celebration and graduation.
Thanks very much. The Honorable Minister, Science and Technology Innovations, Office of the President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and all protocols observed. Mr. Chancellor, sir, permit me at this juncture to call upon the principal to present the students for the award of the ordinary diploma, ordinary certificates, and artisan certificates of the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity, Makerere University. Mr. Principal, sir.
Mr. DVC, for this special privilege. The diplomas and certificates being awarded, Mr. Guest of Honor and all dignitaries, are part of that special arrangement to get to the community, and they are delivered through a special institute called AFRISA, the Africa Institute for Strategic Animal Resource Services and Development, which uses a special alternative model to nurture, as I explained briefly. May I therefore invite the head of this institute to come and present these awardees you for accreditation. Mr. Felix Okello.
Thank you so much, Principal. Our guest of honor and all dignitaries of the university and the ministry, community, international community, students, and the world at large. Guest of honor, I would like to present this, but I would like to give this short testimony that my name is Felix Okello, and I'm proud to say I am one who has been molded through this model. I got my training at level 1, SPEDA program. I completed level 2. I completed level 3. I finished my degree of Makerere University in Laboratory Science Education and Industry. And I'm so honored to having been called back by the board and the college and to come and help shape more in the communities and around the world. I would like to call upon all the awardees for the ordinary diploma in bee industry and business, dairy industry and business, feeds industry and business, laboratory science education and industry, leather industry and business, livestock development and entrepreneurship, meat industry and business, piggery industry and business, poultry industry and business, to stand up. Of course, this is happening virtually. They are online across the country. Mr. Chancellor, Sir, I have the honor to present to you the awardees who have satisfied the requirements for the award of the ordinary diplomas in bee industry and business, dairy industry and business, feeds industry and business, laboratory science education and industry, leather industry and business, livestock development and entrepreneurship, meat industry and business, piggery industry and business, poultry industry and business, of the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity of Makerere University.
I congratulate all those persons who have been presented on being awarded the ordinary diplomas of the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity of Makerere University.
It's my honor to call leather industry and business, meat industry and business, piggery industry and business, poultry industry and business, wildlife industry and business to stand up across the country. Mr. Chancellor, Sir, I have the honor to present to you the awardees who have satisfied the requirements for the award of the ordinary certificates in bee industry and business, dairy industry and business, feed industry and business, fish industry and business, laboratory science education and industry, leather industry and business, meat industry and business, piggery industry and business, poultry industry and business, wildlife industry and business of the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity of Makerere University.
I congratulate all those persons who have been presented on being awarded the ordinary certificates of the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity of Makerere University.
May all the commercial artisan awardees from Shema Incubation Hub stand up. Mr. Chancellor, Sir, I have the honor to present to you awardees from Shema Incubation Hub who have satisfied the requirements for the award of artisan certificate in the following value chains: bee industry and business, dairy industry and business, pig industry and business, poultry industry and business of the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity of Makerere University.
I congratulate all those persons who have been presented on being awarded the artisan certificates of the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity of Makerere University.
May all the commercial artisan awardees of Mubende Incubation Hub stand up. Mr. Chancellor, Sir, I have the honor to present to you the awardees of Mubende Incubation Hub who have satisfied the requirements of the award of the artisan certificates in the following value chains: bee industry and business, pig industry and business, poultry industry and business of the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity of Makerere University.
I congratulate all those persons who have been presented
on being awarded the artisan certificates of the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources, and Biosecurity of Makerere University.
May all the commercial artisan awardees of Atiak Amuru District Incubation Hub stand up. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the awardees of Atiak Amuru District Incubation Hub who have satisfied the requirements for the award of the artisan certificates in the following value chains: bee industry and business, goat industry and business, pig industry and business, poultry industry and business, of the College of Veterinary Medicine,
Animal Resources and Biosecurity of Makerere University.
may all the commercial artisan awardees of Nache Sasa Incubation Hub in Wakiso District stand up. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the awardees of Nache Sasa Incubation Hub who have satisfied the requirements for the award of the artisan certificates in the following value chains: integrated aquaponics fish farming, integrated catfish farming, integrated hearth and pond farming, fish value addition, meat industry and business, dairy industry and business, leather industry and business, feed industry and business, of the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources, and Biosecurity of Makerere University.
I congratulate all those persons who have been presented on being awarded the artisan certificates of the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources, and Biosecurity of Makerere University.
May all the commercial artisan awardees of Butaleja Incubation Hub stand up. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present to you the awardees of Butaleja Incubation Hub who have satisfied the requirements for the awards of for the award of the artisan certificates in non-agricultural value chains and poultry industry and business of the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources, and Biosecurity of Makerere University.
I congratulate all those persons who have been presented on being awarded the artisan certificates of the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources, and Biosecurity of Makerere University.
Thank you so much, our guest of honor. And here are the different books for every cohort that we have graduated with an evidence of an enterprise as the final assessment for you to be graduated. Thank you so much.
The befitting word is congratulations to all those individuals. Yes. Kindly make the hand clap louder. Yes. Yes, thank you very much. Congratulations to all our graduates. The academic achievements, like we've been informed by the principal, empowers our respective graduates to fight against poverty, to create jobs, and also ensure that they are the change agents in the respective communities. Allow me to invite the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic Affairs to perform for us one very significant task in light with these celebrations.
Thanks very much, Program Director. Mr. Chancellor and Guest of Honor, permit me to also congratulate the awardees for the various awards they have obtained from the College of Veterinary, Animal Resources and Biosecurity. And permit me once again at this juncture to take the opportunity to invite the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology and Innovations, Office of the President, the Honorable Monica Musenero, to come and address this congregation and those attending this function virtually. Honorable Minister.
The guest of honor on this function, the Chancellor and Vice Chancellor, Makerere University, the head of delegation from the Ministry of Education, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, the Principal COVAB, and all invited guests, and above all the graduates, all those present here physically and all those present online. It's my great honor to congratulate all those who have graduated, because this is a great achievement. We know that for many of these graduates, they thought they had dropped out of the education chain. I wish to congratulate you on your graduation as diploma holders, certificate holders at the various categories. Congratulations. I'm proud to associate with this function on many fronts. First, as we were debating and wondering how jobs. Mr. Principal, I would like to congratulate you on this achievement. Many people make academic success and write papers and publish, and they become professors, but without demonstrable impact on their nation. You have shown by the thousands that you have touched nationwide that indeed you are a professor of national transformation. Congratulations. I indeed congratulate you together with your team for working, because working on a model like this, and formal, which is not understood, which is not documented in textbooks,
is indeed innovative. I'm also here and very proud because I'm an alumni of COVAB. I was associated with COVAB and I'm still associated, but I was there for 5 years to get my degree, my first degree, which indeed shaped me in character, shaped me in my search for knowledge, and shaped me in being an innovator. Because when you study veterinary medicine, things are not straightforward. Your patient is not going to tell you that this part is paining. You have to find innovative ways to find that. I also associate because I was staff in Makerere University for 16 years. Incoming minister in charge of science, technology, and innovation in the country. I came here partly to witness hope so that I will know where to begin with the citizens of this nation. Because when you look in the countryside, you see apostle skills, and many of them who have got skills, the skills are not refined. But to see that nationwide there are individuals whose skills have been honed through a university program gives me a lot of hope, and it gives me a lot of material to begin my work with. So, guest of honor and the principal, I'll be looking forward to harness these resources as we initiate the work on the next leg of science, technology, and innovation in the country under the President's office. We are aware that there are so many inequalities in our education system. Even with the success of our education system since the reforms brought about by the NRM, we still suffer a high rate of dropout. And many individuals drop out of the education system. Our guest of honor, I happen to be appropriator of education. I have education from kindergarten to senior 6. When I start with a class of 100 students in P1, I seat 20 or 24 in P7. Among those will be some who have left, but then there are some who have come in. So the dropout rate is still very high. At secondary school, for every 100 children we admit, only 30 complete. The rest drop out, especially the girl child. So I'm very pleased to see the presence of the girl child having been skilled and ready to pick up their lives from where they thought they had fallen out of the education system. This innovation is geared to increase the human capital of this nation. Any nation whose human capital is low, human capital is the total of skills, of knowledge, of thinking capacity, and productive skills in a nation. Without skills, we have a very low human capital index, and that makes our development very slow, sluggish. But with this kind of skilling, what I get is this can easily be scaled up. It can easily be scaled up, and guest of honor, I take this initiative as an innovation, and I pledge to pay special interest to this innovation in my ministry. It is unique, and I think it's a prototype which can be borrowed by many countries in similar situations like Uganda. So we'll be watching to look at the graduates. We'll be watching to see the innovation, because I think this is really an innovation. I would like to congratulate the university for reaching out to the community. I think this is unique and highly, highly commendable. I'm really impressed as I look at young people standing up at incubation centers. I would like to invite the graduates to improve their skills, to improve their science, to improve their innovations so that they can be commercialized, they can be industrialized to meet the development objectives of the nation, of our nation. As I begin my tenure as Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, guest of honor, I feel that we are entering a momentous stage at the beginning of a new development plan, NDP 3, and at the beginning of a new development model, parish model. I think we need to see how to harness specifically these graduates, to roll them into the parish model so as to skill the individuals operating at that level, because if you put an enterprise at the parish and you have a hands-on, skilled, educated, science-based person, we are more likely to succeed. Lastly, let me make mention of an initiative that I have been leading for over the past 1 year, the Presidential Scientific Initiative on Epidemics. This is an initiative initiated by His Excellency to fast-track the utilization of science, the conversion of science in the different levels of scientific research. We have many within Makerere University and many other research institutions. Under Preside, we have catalyzed linkages with innovators. And that's why I encourage not only the graduates, but also the college and the university to see how we can network, how we can collaborate to catalyze the impact of this training on this nation. Once again, I congratulate you, Principal, and your staff, and I congratulate our guest of honor in his capacity as Vice Chancellor. I think your in Wakiso, it is touching lives all over the country. Please make sure that you expand this program to touch everybody throughout this nation. I thank you for inviting me as your special guest to just come and observe. I wish all the graduates success, and I wish this program a prosperous future for God and my country.
Dr. Monica Msonero. Allow me, for this function, the host principal is Professor John David Kavasa. So when you see him appearing several times, there is a reason. He's the host principal. So allow me to invite the principal, Professor John David Kabasa, to be in charge of the ceremony for some minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss Master or Miss of Ceremony. It's one of the two. Guest of honor and distinguished guests who are here. We are getting to the next phase, which is almost concluding. I would like to do two things before I request the guest of honor to come and address us. The first one is to make all of us know, but particularly the guests of honor, that in this special approach of the university in the community, the Directorate of Industrial Training is one of the key mandatory organs for quality assuring those artisans. So they are not just carrying a skill which is not nationally recognized. The competent authority which gives you and says you are competent in this, hands-on, in this industry, and so on, is the DIT. The last time we graduated, we were not as advanced. In this phase, the directorate has done all those things and certified them, those who are at level 1, level 2, and so on. So it is really, they are thorough, and those 2,000 you see, including our diplomas, were also assessed. And so they are now material to move here and outside. If they say, are you competent and recognized, they are a step ahead. I would like to request at this stage the director to perform a symbolism by handing over to you the book. Has done the job and they are satisfied. It is a testimony. They are part and parcel of the industrial education. Makerere is now in this competence-based, and we are doing that. It is doing very well. We produce a farmer, but who is skilled and professional. So they will carry that. They will present it strictly under SOPs. Kindly move forward, and you hand them over to the guest of honor, who is representing the Minister of Education and Sports, the Chancellor of the University, and the Vice Chancellor of the University. 3 in 1. There we go. Thank you so much for this unique approach to human capital development. And thank you so much, the leadership of the university, for allowing, exploring different ways of doing things. Traditional academics would be asking themselves, what are they doing at the grassroots? But the university is there now with the sector molding. And we will be having a competent graduate also in the industrial sector. Thank you so much. Mr. Guest of Honor, the graduates, the awardees who are in the districts, have done so much preparing to exhibit. And before you talk to them, we wanted that the IT technology zooms in each of these, and you see that they have done very practical things out there. So, can we zoom in at Yak and let the people of Atiak, if you are able to talk to them, if they hear me, at least wave to the guests of honor and the people here. They should wave and show there they are. Yes, celebrate at YAC, celebrate on behalf, there are 20 there, SOPs, and they are there on behalf of all the others in that. And they have their exhibitions. They are not simply talking. They have money. Now, if I had 10,000 and now I have 100, that is 10 times. That rate of growth is very high. For some of us who might not be knowing how money is acquired, that's a tremendous rate. They have powerful testimonies. As we move from Atiak, that's northern, we scroll down to Butareja. Butareja Skilling Hub covers a number of people in that region, Bulambuli and so on, Tororo. Can you zoom them in and we see them, they wave, and we see their products that they have there. Thank you very much. We go to the next, as we move to the central, we want to see the Wakiso Skilling Hub, and there are people exhibiting, your scientists at COVAB are also exhibiting, I think, to show the technologies and innovations they are taking to support these enterprises. Zoom them in, they have vaccines, they have fertility boosters. A number of scientists are exhibiting, and they are at COVAB and SOPs. We are really very grateful for this effort. The products can be seen in there. The next, as we move on, we have finished Kampala and Wakiso. We move to Mubende. So Mubende in Chijuya, there is a skilling hub there. Special partners, we work with them, Maluk Institute of Science and Technology. They have made beehives, they have made all types of things. Now, innovation is very possible in the community as we, the people at the higher apex of the value chain, work with them. They actually innovate and create things that solve their problems. Mr. Guest of Honor, when you go down there, you will see the things that your scientists have. Was extremely instrumental in shaping the innovations in that area. Places where we have been and showing the Ministry of Science and Technology has been key. So we are very grateful. Their Shema is, and people are touching money. So grow in money, grow in quality of life, grow in education, and contribute to society. We are so grateful. Those exhibitions now can be seen digitally. So we have moved around the country. I think I've not left out any other exhibitor. The rest of the exhibitions are a few innovation labs here that we shall see shortly after. I therefore take this opportunity, Mr. Guest of Honor, to invite you to address the congregation online and those physically here. Thank you.
The Honorable Minister of Science, Technology and Innovations, incoming, Honorable Monica Masanza Musenero, Members of Parliament, government representatives, the Chairperson and members of Council, the Deputy Vice Chancellor and members of management, the Principal COVAB and members of COVAB management, members of staff, students, all invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are marking a historic day in veterinary training in Uganda, 50 years of the Bachelor of Veterinary Medicine at Makerere University. I should mention that now this speech is mine as the Chancellor. But as guest of honor, there is a special speech which I'll be reading from the First Lady. I wish to begin by congratulating the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity, and the entire university fraternity upon this achievement. Next year, we will celebrate 100 years of veterinary training at Makerere, which will coincide with the centenary celebrations of Makerere University. I wish to welcome in a very special way the incoming Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Office of the President, Dr. Monica Masanza Musenero. We thank His Excellency managing research and innovation in our country, including the role of the Uganda National Council of Science and Technology and the apparent need to establish a research council for Uganda. We obviously would like to thank Honorable Elioda, who was the pioneer minister and who has done a lot to establish the ministry. A lot of things were stuck until that ministry was established and Honorable Elioda took charge. He has done a lot to establish that ministry. Makerere University is proud of the achievements of COVAB over the last 50 years. The college has trained the bulk of veterinary doctors for the country. In addition to the veterinary doctors, the college has trained laboratory technologists at the highest level. As we move to becoming a fully-fledged research-led university, we wish to to this end, we must research on issues that hamper our economic development. COVAB has a special role to play in this important endeavor. I applaud the college for the research and innovations that are geared towards solving our problems, especially in the livestock industry. The anti-tick vaccine is one of such innovations, which will solve the huge problem of tick-borne diseases that have caused enormous losses to our farmers. There are many other problems on which the college is researching, and we thank you for the enthusiasm. The college has also been a vanguard of innovations for transformation of the grassroots communities. The SPEDA program is probably the best innovation so far to address skilling of our unemployed youth. I must mention here that Professor Washasha has not had, Professor Kavasa has not had it easy with the SPEDA program. And maybe I may say, until I became DVSF and A, it had got stuck. I'm the one who unlocked that process. I urge government to fund this important initiative so that it can more meaningfully contribute to solving the big problem of youth unemployment. And I'm very excited, Honorable Monica Musenero, that you have pledged that you are going to give this program a special place in your work. We thank you very much. I must tell you that the Honorable Minister of Education and Sports is very supportive of this initiative. She actually has been trying all ways to get funding for SPEDA. And I think also through her ministry, we might be seeing something happening. I wish to end my remarks by thanking His Excellency the President and the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports for their support to Makerere University and to the innovations at COVAB in particular. Honorable Minister, I would like to report that COVAB now has some of have been chairing. I think you are still heading it. We at Makerere no longer have an excuse not to do research at the highest levels in the world. And we attribute this to the visionary leadership of our President, the Minister of Education, and also to you who preside. Once again, I want to congratulate COVAB, the principal, the deputy principal. As you know, people have said, great ideas must be fought. If they are not fought, then they are not great. So the more your idea is fought, no, it is so great that there is so much resistance. But thank you for your resilience and for moving on. I congratulate the college on this golden jubilee as we build for the future. Thank you. It is now my privilege and honor to read the speech of the Honorable Minister, the First Lady and Honorable Minister of Education and Sports, Mama Janet Kataha Museveni, at the commissioning of celebrating 50 years of veterinary higher education, science, technology, innovation and service at the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity. And the speech is as follows. Honorable Ministers and Members of Parliament, the Chancellor of Mackay University, Professor Ezra Suruma, the Vice Chancellor of Mackay University, Professor Nawangwe, the Principal of COVAB, Professor Kavasa, awardees of diplomas and certificates across the country, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by congratulating Mackay University, College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity for a very successful 50 years of growth, and I am indeed happy to join you as we start the Golden Jubilee celebrations. We thank God for keeping us till this day to witness this occasion as we navigate the wrath of the COVID-19 pandemic on the lives of our people here in Uganda and around the globe. We continue to pray for God's protection and believe that we shall overcome this crisis, just like other crises we have been through as a nation. It is gratifying to note that amidst this uncertainty caused by the pandemic, we are still able to continue doing the work God has given us to do. I thank Mackay University for the great work that it continues to do to nurture our country's human resource at higher levels, but also supporting grassroots level development through groundbreaking innovations like the case we are witnessing today. There is no doubt that the capacity of a human being to innovate and create solutions is driven by the quality of education and training one is exposed to. I am happy to note that the type and quality of training offered through the innovative approaches under the AFRISA and SPEDA models aim to transform the head, the hand, and the heart, and that is real education we need. I am extremely pleased that Mackay University, through those innovative approaches, has developed and launched the alternative approach to building human capital and transferring knowledge to enterprises in communities. I would like to encourage all those involved in skills development to adopt methodologies that transform those trainees that go through those programs in ways that enable them also transform the societies they live in. That is the only way we will make skills development impactful in our society. I thank you very much for going down to the grassroots, where the majority of our people live, reaching out to them and lifting them up from exclusion, ignorance, poverty, and disease, and then skilling them to start contributing to the money economy is what we all need to do. I thank you for making our people realize that their potential and enjoy a fulfilling education experience. What we have witnessed today, the passing out of skilled farm entrepreneurs and youth, along with enterprises in Atiak, Utareja, Muvende, Wakiso, Masaka, Shema, and Kampala districts, is testimony of the realization of the dream of the NRM government for the people of Uganda and the vision of prosperity for all. I encourage you to scale up this model as much as possible, and I also encourage all other partners in skills development to join in the struggle to provide impactful skills training to our population. Instead of graduating job seekers and throwing them to the streets, the university is now passing out business enterprises and skilled young entrepreneurs. This is a real pathway to agricultural commercialization and rural development. I'm sure this can also be done for all other skills in various fields, and it is the quickest way to curb unemployment in the country. It is refreshing to see our institutions of higher learning in the community, working with the local people, partners, and government agencies to create enterprises, jobs, and causing transformation. Thank you for living true to your core mission of teaching, research, and community service. The commissioning of growth of an academic and development college of the university, and we congratulate you again. I congratulate Mackay University for the many innovations and staff of the college for working so hard to bring about the transformation of the college since the time the President directed my ministry to embark on transforming veterinary and agricultural education. You have attained so much, and we indeed appreciate your selfless efforts to bring these innovations for real transformation. I wish to congratulate you in yet another special way, the leadership and staff of AFRISA, for working so hard to bring about the reality of the alternative approach to education, training, and community transformation through the approach of model of synchronized skilling, production, enterprise development, and accreditation, SPEDA. The ministry will continue to support and mainstream these into the skills development structures and ensure sustainability. This is very much in line with the TVET agenda, guided by the TVET policy approved in 2019. To our dear awardees, I congratulate you on your achievement and wish you God's blessings as you employ your skills to live a better life and also improve the lives of people around you in your communities. I have no doubt that you are now job creators and not job seekers. I appeal to all our universities to go down to the communities. Education was never meant to remain theoretical. It was meant to solve the problems of our people. The research and innovations in our universities should solve problems in our communities, as opposed to producing many academicians. We are all aware that the major task ahead of us is to ensure the socio-economic transformation of our country, a journey the NRM government embarked on years ago. Whatever effort or initiative we engage in should be to transform the quality of life of the people of Uganda. This calls for speed and determination. Mwalimu Nyerere wisely put it when he said, Africa must run while others walk. We need to move very fast to ensure that the problems that have bedeviled our people on the African continent are solved. In conclusion, let me reiterate our need to keep safe and alive as the country grapples with the second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. Our healthcare system is overwhelmed. The hospitals are full to capacity, and many of our people are battling for their lives in ICUs and their homes. The old adage that prevention is better than cure has never been more accurate than now. We know the way to prevent this deadly disease. Please avoid crowds, maintain social distance as much as you can. Wash your hands, avoid touching the soft parts of your body, and keep he has done in the past. Therefore, please do not give in to fear as it affects the immune system. Keep positive, keep in prayer, and do your part as God does his part. Finally, it is now my singular honor on this 17th day of June 2021 to commission the COVAB Golden Jubilee celebrations and to commission the awardees of diplomas and certificates trained and nurtured through the SPEDA model across the country. I thank you, and God bless you.
Live on UBC television, hashtag #MarkVetMed@50, and Zoom. We have so many stakeholders following us virtually. Stakeholders from the Ministry of Education and Sports, stakeholders from the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity, partners with AFRISA, partners with the Government of Uganda, Makerere University staff, students, alumni. We also have our graduates, their parents, guardians, friends, and well-wishers following us online. Congratulations to those who have been presented and they have been awarded. Right now, it's my honor, and I'm humbled to do this, to request the Chancellor to dissolve the congregation. Mr. Chancellor, sir.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I dissolve this congregation.
Let us all rise for the anthems.
The walls around thee, great, great and mighty, the gates beside thee, great, great and mighty, the walls around thee, great, great and mighty, the gates beside thee. From east and west, from north and south, all voices singing, arise, Makerere, rise up and rise, high up and high, all voices singing, arise, Makerere, Makerere, Makerere. departure, the great Makerere. Great, great and mighty the walls around thee. Great, great and mighty the gates beside thee. Great, great and mighty the walls around thee. Great, great and mighty the gates beside thee. Mungu twaomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Thank you very much. Let us remain standing and allow the Chancellor's procession to leave this site. The rest of us, kindly let us remain standing to give the Chancellor's procession a befitting departure. And to all our virtual participants, thank you for being with us. This marks the end of the